Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to see you guys again.
Come on.
If we seeing y'all again, y'all know what that means. We back for another season for the Crash Out League TV. Here we go. Year 2 of this shit right
Yes,
here. Yes,
sir.
sir. You know you got your boy ADUB, but I'm with my co-host Manny. Boy, Manny. Boy, you know what I mean? We ready. We got a lot of stuff to announce to y'all.
Oh, yes,
We
sir.
finna get it
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Just to jump straight into it. No theatrics. We just gonna go straight into it right here. Manny, how you feeling?
Man, year 2, I'm excited to get it after it. I'm telling you, we did it up for year 1. We're just going to build
Yes,
on
sir.
year 2, right? So we got a
Got
lot of
to.
stuff for y'all today. Just a little introductory. Make sure you see our faces. You're not going to forget them throughout the season. We got some things for later on in the season, but of course, it is the Crash Out League TV. We are talking about the Crash Out League. So, AW, go ahead and kick us off, man. We got to talk about the champ. We didn't get to talk about champ. Let's kick it off
We do
with
gotta talk.
the one who's got the belt around his waist, the ring on his finger, the champ, Coach Preach. AW, what'd you see from his season, man?
I mean, he had a terrific season. I mean, he kept it real mellow, real cool throughout the season. He wasn't a runaway candidate, so nobody saw it coming. We just knew that he was going to be a great competitor. But he had a crazy run in the playoffs. So let's talk about. In the first round, he beat Team Fabo, who was a hot new rookie. He beat them 148 to 115. A confident win right there. Then he went on to the second round and beat a favorite, the number 2 team. He beat them 164 to 117 to move on to the championship round, which is 2 weeks in this league. You got 2 weeks to make it happen. And from what we've seen in week 1 to week 2, it was straight dominance by Coach Preach. He put up 360 points to Coach Lucky's 291 to win the whole thing in the Crash Out League. I mean, we knew he was a competitor, man, but man, the way he handled the playoffs was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand this. Not 1 week in the playoffs did he sweat. Not 1 week in the playoffs did he say, man, this one's getting a little close. Now, for a lot of people, they might think that you might see these scores and say, man, his player just went off. He got lucky just to be able to dominate that high and not have to sweat out a championship. But that's a coach putting his players in a prime position to be great players, right? Great players make great plays, and that's exactly what you got going on with Coach Preach. So you might look at the numbers and say, "Oh man, he was just kicking ass left and right and taking names." But again, only the strongest survive, and Coach Preach putting up 360, nearly touching 400 on a
Yep.
championship week. That is big time from the coach. So congratulations to Coach Preach, man. He's got himself a nice little pocket in his cash that, of course, all league members have already paid. So shout out to them and keeping up the integrity of the league. But yeah, I mean, special shout out to Coach Preach again. Able to put up dominating numbers throughout the entire time was no short feat at all. And so definitely big shout out to him.
Big shout out to Coach. Let's see if he can repeat that thing for the next season. Now,
I
speaking
don't know.
on,
I don't know. Hey, listen, we might get some new folks back in. We might get well, I just there's already this going on right now in the league. There's already this
hey,
going on. So
that's what we
well, I
love.
don't know. I mean, it might be hard to go back to back.
Now let's talk about the season coming up. Now, the commission already sent us what's going to happen in the future for the league. Let's talk about what's new that's coming up. Starting off with the commission want us to increase in media coverage. I thought we was doing pretty good ourselves. You know what
Man,
I'm
we got to get a
saying?
contract
Coming
going with
week
the
to week.
commission or something, man.
You know what I mean? Gotta get some
Gotta
gotta get
get
some
some
paper off
cash for
this. You
this,
know
dude.
what I
Come
mean?
on, now.
You know what I mean? Hey, but he want us to run up the media, do more interviews, so you're gonna see more stuff like that. You'll see more content like that on our TikTok page and our YouTube page, but specifically our TikTok page when it comes to doing more content. The next thing that he wants us to introduce to you guys for this season is rivalry
I like
week.
that.
Now,
I like that.
I know some of you coaches might be confused. Y'all done played ball before. Y'all know what rivalry week is like in real life, but it's like, what is rivalry week gonna be like in a fantasy league? It's gonna give you the same concept the commission is going to put you guys against people who they feel like is going to bring the most intensity to the league, the most drama to the league. And even if you feel like you got a matchup you feel like won't really grind your gear enough, the commission also has put an incentive on that week. Now, I know y'all sitting at the top of y'all seats, getting y'all perking y'all ears open to make sure y'all can hear what's going to happen, but it's something slight, something simple. So the reward for rivalry week, if you win it, you'll be able to steal the person that you beat waiver wire pick in whatever week that you want besides the last 2 weeks of the regular
So
season.
you can hold on to that. You can cash in on that if you want to.
Right?
If you find somebody, you said, man, that's a league winner right there. But God, I'm ninth on the waiver list right now. Hey, I beat rival earlier on in the year. He's got pick 2. I can snatch that real quick, and if he got him, that's all me. I like that, Commish. I like that. That is a great addition to what we got going on. Commish is always thinking about new stuff. You know what I mean? That's
I'm
what I
telling you.
appreciate.
I'm telling
Commish
you.
is always, we're adding new stuff to it. Never going to get stale in the Crash Out League, ever.
Definitely. He always trying to keep it entertained, keep coaches on their feet. It's all about the coaching experience. So he don't want you to be in a fantasy league where you just wake up on Sundays and you just line guys up and you just go with it. Nah, you gotta think strategically, always stay on your toe. You never know what moves gonna be made. He wanna keep it exciting. And we love that for him because it make our job easy.
Right.
You know?
We got a lot of content to talk about anyway, so we'll be all right.
So the next thing that the commission want us to introduce to you guys for this league coming up is the mid-season tournament. Now, I know that got a lot of people interested, Manny. I just know it.
Now, we do have to say, we were also told explicitly by the commission, don't let up too much on the mid-season tournament. Right? As much as we got the script right in front of us and we want to let this thing rip, we've been told by the higher-ups, do not let up too much information on this mid-season tournament. So unfortunately, as excited as you are to hear it and as excited as we are to reveal it, I don't know, Ed. I don't know how much further you want to go and really give these coaches something to look forward to, or we maybe later on give them a little more crumb, a little more bit to the cookie just to see, maybe get a little more interested.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold out for
okay,
now.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to the next thing.
I'm not trying to get fined. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get fined.
I feel you on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. For the next thing and the last thing that's being introduced into this season, this is going to affect the league entirely.
Oh, yeah.
We are going from a 6-man playoff run to a 7-man playoff run.
Ooh.
So he wants to add in an extra spot into the playoffs because he saw what happened last year. Last year, we had 3 guys that finished 6-6. And at the end of the day, it came down to how many points you put up. But it was a lot of guys who had a really good season that unfortunately just tied.
They were
all
right
the way
there.
At the end,
they were right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he just wanted to open up one more spot to get somebody in, just to build a little bit more excitement, to be like, I still got a chance to get in, even though it's a tie at the end. Because we had a tight race last year.
Now, that also means, though, for those who might not know, there's no more 2-team bye. There's no more 1 seed, 2 seed bye. You got 1 bye for the top seed. And if not,
Yes,
you got to go to battle week in and week out. So it doesn't matter if you get to number 2 or you get yourself down to number 7. You are in the playoffs. You have a shot at taking home a trophy at the end of the season. So, again, you're going to have the teams that have a hot start, right? And they're going to get off to a quick get off. But, hey, if you can find yourself fighting for that 7th spot, 6th spot towards the end of the season, you're just in the playoffs just like everybody else. Got to get to the big dance if you want to take home the trophy. So big time change there in the playoff structure that we got here. at the Crash Out League.
And for all those people who shoot for the bye week, if you really think you that big dog, you got to go get
Got
it
to go get
because
it.
it's only
There's
one
only
bye
one do
week.
it.
It's only one spot. So you better pucker up, sit down, make those chances, make those plays if you want that bye
Oh
week
yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's talk about our early season watch list. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
definitely.
those. Manny,
Talk to me.
who is our most dangerous team going into the regular season?
You know, I think we would be remiss. We would be wrong if we didn't talk about Champ, right? Coach Preach, you got to give him credit where credit is due, of course. He just won a championship, right? So coming into the season, it's one of those, you're on the level of Patrick Mahomes Chiefs, right? As much as people want to think he can't do it again, right? There's nothing stopping him from not doing it again. Truly.
Facts.
Right? Absolutely. But there are a few players that have been added to the league since last season to make up the
Yep.
10. And I got to tell you, all Hail Mary looks like he's coming for blood. All Hail Mary and Coach Donovan looks like he's coming for blood. He's coming back to it, right? He was a member of this league before, coming back into the league after finding his own success as a commissioner in a different league, right? So he's trying to come back into this one, trying to come back into the Crash Out League. Listen, Coach Preach likes to chomp at everybody. And I think All Hail Mary is going to do some talking back this season. So with 7 spots open to go, I think All Hail Mary takes at least one of them.
Okay, that's a hot take right there, man. Hey, shout out to Coach Donovan. He definitely gonna be hyped about what you just said. My pick for this year, though, the rookie from last year, Coach Fabian, Team Fabo.
Yeah.
Now he had a great run. He finished 6-6 and tied with 3 other guys, but he was the top 6-16, putting up the most points. He was a heavy hitter throughout the regular season, and not only through the regular season, in the playoffs as well. Yes, he only put up, I believe it was 115.
Yeah.
In the first round,
Yeah.
his guys had an off week, but Manny, when he went in to go play for 5th place, he put up 174.
God.
So he would have just got past the first round. If I'm correct, if I'm reading this correctly, he beats every team that made it to the second round with his 174. So if he beat the first round, which was Coach Priest the champion, he clears to the championship round. So if he could just repeat that and get more consistent and have his guys show up week in and week out, the league is in danger.
Now, see, here's the thing that I'm thinking about, right? You had that success in your first season. Is there pressure to re-up on that success, right? To get the numbers that high, to keep on putting out banger after banger after banger. I think it's going to be really important for him to realize, hey, I'm not going to force my guys to do more than what they can, right? A dub is a dub at the end of the week. So I think it's going to be very important for him to make sure, manage expectations. If you can put up these high numbers, you think you got the squad for it, let's attack it at all will. But again, it's not going to be the same season, so you can't have the same expectations or outcomes that you had of last season. So going to be really important to see how he manages making sure he can put up those high points. But again, hey, a win's a win at the end of the week, no matter how you get.
Yeah, it sounds like Coach Fabian got something to prove this week, which leads into our next question is, man, who do you think got the biggest rock on their shoulder to prove themselves this season coming up?
You know, I think that there's a lot that you can throw into this mix, right? Looking up and down the line, I think team 2 inches too big is something that you can think of. But for me, it's a toss up between Mills Mafia and Team Luck. Mills Mafia a year ago, right, won a championship. They were on the top of the mountain. Not anymore. Not anymore, right? Now there's somebody else at the top. But Team Luck was putting up major numbers. I mean, they were at the number one seed for pretty much the entire season last season.
True.
So I think if I got to choose one, I got to go with Team Luck because it's one of those thoughts of, hey, man, you put up huge numbers, but you couldn't get the job done at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day. You couldn't get yourself that nice, pretty Lombardi trophy that the commish hands out, at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the season, right? So,
Right, right,
again,
right.
got to make sure that you can make your points matter come the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback right off you. I think Coach Luck definitely is the one with the biggest rock to prove himself this season. And I'm talking about just like what you just said. He made it all the way to the end, to the championship, and voted and couldn't get it done. But not only that, he did it last year too, when he played Mills Mafia in the championship. So he's been to the championship back to back years. We haven't even had a champion that went back to back,
No,
but Lucky has been back to back in the championship and lost back to back. So I think third time the charm is how they say it. So I think he has the most to prove this season.
yeah, definitely. Again, got to get it done. Is that going to weigh on his mind, right? As we get closer and closer to the season, is he going to try to maybe take a home run hit instead of a surefire player that's going to give him 15 every week and try to go get somebody he thinks can get him 25, right? And one of those boomer bust type of guys. So it's going to be real important to see how he attacks this next season as we get closer to
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, just to stir up the pot a little bit right here,
it.
Betty. Do you think that you know if anybody got a revenge season in them this season?
A revenge season in him this season, man. There's a couple that you could think of, right?
Okay,
But
talk to me.
man, I'm in between Coach Cam, and once again Mills Mafia because of that thought of is he being disrespected as a previous winner, but now nobody's thinking he's that much of a threat anymore, right? Because he couldn't get it done last season. So I think my thought is I got to go with Coach Cam on this one because he hit the blocks hard and he was a very, very good coach. Unfortunately, just as we got closer and closer to the playoffs, he started faltering a little bit, right? We started dipping down. So I think I got to give Coach Cam a bit of a revenge season, kind of pin on this one because hey, he said, man, I was right there. I could have gotten into that playoffs and I would have made some noise in the playoffs. I got to be able to stand my ground and make something shake this coming season.
Nah, I can respect that take. To be a previous champion and then come the next season, you get a first round exit, barely putting up 100 points. You definitely got this in the back of your mind to show everybody that I'm still that guy and I got something to prove, and everybody got to feel me. My coach that I'm going with for the revenge
Mm,
season is somebody that everybody forgot about. I'm talking about we barely talk about him. We haven't even said his name once on the
okay.
show today. You know what I mean? And I feel like this coach deserves way more respect because he put up major numbers and he finished top two
Yep.
in the league
Yep.
last year. And the only reason he was number two is just because of points differential. And that's Coach Mike from Team GBK.
Yep. I see that.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
he definitely has something to prove. I think that guys forget that he's a major competitor in this league. He put up major points just because he got a second round exit after getting a bye week by Coach Preach, who was on a historic run that
Right.
season.
Right.
It happens.
Yep.
So I think he's an afterthought. And I think when he thinks about it like that, knowing the type of coach that he is and the type of points that he put up, he gonna come in like, nah, I'm gonna make sure y'all don't forget about me this season. I'm gonna make sure that every week that y'all pull up to this show, y'all gonna say at least one thing about me each and every week. I feel that type of determination and heart from that coach for
I'm
this
looking
season.
forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now, let's have a little fun with it. Y'all know how we like doing our takes about who gonna win each week. We're gonna switch it up just because the season ain't start yet. We're gonna pick who we think is gonna be the QB1, RB1, wide receiver one and tight end one finished at the end of the season. Manny, do you want to start us off or you want me to start us off?
I'll start us off. And
All right,
I'll start us
let's
off
do
with tight end one.
it.
Okay, I'll start us off
Okay.
with tight end one, just because tight end was such a hit or miss position last year, right? I mean,
Okay.
you had some people swinging early for Kelsey. He ended up not really being the player that a lot of people thought he was. And unfortunately, it just
Wow.
seemed like last year was injury after injury after injury, and it hit a lot of tight ends. So coming into this year,
Mm,
I think this year is going to be really exciting and really interesting to see who exactly can pick up those few small tight ends, that small group of tight ends who are going to give you consistent points week in and week out, right? So I think for me, one of the things that I've been seeing a lot in camp and that people are talking about is Kyle Pitts. Now,
you
I
got to explain
cannot.
that.
Now, hold on. That's why. Let me finish. I can't go with it. I can't go with Kyle Pitts because I know
Okay.
so many people who've been bitten
Okay.
once, twice,
Mm,
3 times, 4 times, over and over and over. It's the highest drafted tight end in modern draft history. You got to pick him up.
mhm.
He's going to. What are we doing? What are we
What are
doing?
we doing?
Right?
Come on now.
So I'm actually going to go with the young man who hit the ground running, and I think he's only going to improve on that, and that's Brock Bowers over in Las Vegas. I
Mm,
think he will be your tight end one. He had a fantastic season last season. I think this season they just get him involved even more, and especially in a Raiders offense that seems to be filled with question marks right now.
mhm.
Whoever is in the back handling the football knows I have secure hands in Brock Bowers. And so he's going to get target after target. And tight ends are one of those that they could get lost in coverage and find themselves open in the seam for a little bit of a longer take. So I'm going to go Brock Bowers for me over in Las Vegas. I think he'll be your tight end one.
I really like that take. It's a safe take, but he is the most dominant tight end in the league right now. I mean, it's a great take. I'm gonna hop on with that tight end one position myself, but I'm gonna go
Okay.
a different route for
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up north
Okay.
to Minnesota with TJ
Okay.
Hawkinson.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of coaches is tuning in and they like get this analyst off the airway. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But we're talking about JJ McCarthy coming into his first season. First time under the belt, basically a rookie into the league. So he gonna get his first time seeing everybody defense for the first time. So when it comes to those type of quarterbacks, sometimes you do get a hit where the quarterback is just fantastic and out of their mind and they can make every throw. To me, JJ McCarthy is a decent quarterback. He's a good quarterback to run your system. At Michigan, he wasn't too flashy. He wasn't
No.
too. We know that he has a
Yeah.
deep ball. We know that he's so precise. It was pretty much a run game down your throat there in Michigan
Right. Yeah.
and play action off there. But we know that's how Harbaugh likes to play, like he's doing with the Chargers right now. Now, I don't think it's anything different that's going to happen with JJ McCarthy this year. And guess who eats off of most of the time when you got them type of play styles when it's like run first,
Play
play
action. Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
and you're working in the league, your safety valve, your tight end.
Dump it off to
So
the
I
flat. Yeah.
think TJ Hawkinson is going to get a lot of action this year for one, because JJ McCarthy is a rookie and he is the safety valve. And for two, the play style that we know about JJ McCarthy. I mean, when we talk about his tight end at Michigan, you know what I mean? He ended up being a top pick in a draft pick in the draft. You know what I mean? Just because JJ McCarthy fed him a lot.
Right.
So I
Right.
think TJ Hawkinson is going to be our tight end one
Yeah.
finish this
I
season.
can see that. Yeah. Again, you got a young quarterback. You got to find yourself a way to get completions and move down the field. And that's exactly what your tight end offers you. Everybody knows about JJ, right? Everybody knows
Mhm.
about him. Everybody's going to double him. So who's going to eat? Somebody down low. And I think, I can definitely see
Mhm.
Hawkinson. So I think I'm going to move. We talked about a pass catcher. I'm going to go to somebody who handles the rock. I'm going to go running back now and think about who's going to
Ooh, let's
be
talk
my
about it.
RB1. Now, I got to tell you, I took a chance on this kid when he was young into the league,
Okay.
and there was an older vet ahead of him eating most touches. But what I
Okay.
saw from Jahmyr Gibbs in the latter part of the season was they started using him out the backfield in the passing game. They started opening holes left and right from him instead of going downfield. I think Dan
Mm-hmm.
Campbell understands the kind of running back that he has in the backfield in Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's going to get fed. I mean, this is an offense that was able to get to the NFC Championship game, and the Lions have turned it around so quickly. And
Mm-hmm.
with a quarterback like Jared Goff, who enjoys to be able to run a play action pass, throw it over the top, but they're so creative. They have different ways of getting their playmakers the ball. I like Jahmyr Gibbs for this one. I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs as my RB1 as we get closer to the season.
I like that take. I really do. He is a great back, and he's able to find a hose, burst through it like nobody else. But Manny, I got a hot take for you.
Okay.
And I think after I say this, his draft pick is gonna go up. I
Okay.
think I'm finna inflate his draft stock.
Okay. Who do you got?
And I hate to do it, but I believe in him. And it's Devon Acham.
Wow. Okay.
You gotta hear me out.
I got to hear you out on this one. Let's see.
Hear me out.
Okay.
I feel so wholeheartedly about this. It sucks to even put this out there. But Devon Acham, if you go look at the statistics from last year, from what I've seen, he finished top 5 in the league when it comes to fantasy points. And he missed multiple games, and that was without Tua for half the season. Now check this out. When Tua was healthy and playing, guess who put up the most fantasy points week by week in the running back position? Devon Acham.
Okay.
So you telling me if we could keep Tua healthy, and even, God forbid it can't happen, they just picked up Quinn Ewers, star quarterback from UT that looks pretty good at training camp right
Training
now.
camp,
You telling me he can't run that offense?
it looks like people are calling for RB for QB2, and if
Mm-hmm.
things go bad, put him at QB1. So
Mm-hmm.
Quinn's been balling out there. Shout out to the Longhorn out in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
With your stats, the numbers guys that are in our league, and we've got plenty of them who love the stats, who love the numbers. I
Mm-hmm.
can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I thought you were going to go with Bijan. I thought you were going to take the
Mm-hmm.
man out from Atlanta, but I respect it. I respect that's what we do here at the Crash Out League. That's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. So I'd like to go back to a pass catcher, wide receiver one. Now, hey, this is the premier spot, right, for any league, pretty much, if you're in a PPR league. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of decision making, there's a lot of analysis that goes into thinking who is going to be your wide receiver one. Because if you've got one of one, right, you got pick one, more than likely you're taking a wide receiver and you're trying to get him to take you all the way to the big dance and a championship, right? He's going to have to be your
Mm-hmm.
workhorse. So, Anthony, who do you got, man? Who's your wide receiver one? Who do you think at the end of the season, when it's all said and done, you can look at that man and say that's wide receiver one in fantasy football?
I mean, Manny, I've been contemplating this decision for I don't know how long. I mean, you run the numbers. It's all about the situation they in. If the quarterback can
Yep.
stay healthy,
Yep.
how much weapons they got on the offense, how many touches they can get. I mean, it's a whole lot of factors that could go
There's a
into
lot.
wide receiver
Yep.
one. But I'm gonna go ahead, put my foot down. I feel good about it, and I'm gonna give you guys his take, and I'm gonna give you a hot one. It's gonna come fast. I'm gonna give you a guy that's on a loaded offense.
Okay.
I'm talking about a guy who fantasy points went down last season. his targets went down because I mean, when you on such a loaded offense, it
There's only
happens.
one
You
football.
know,
There's only one football.
so I think a lot of people is not thinking about him as like a top 3 or top 5 wide receiver in the league. But I think with this season going in and how he felt after winning the Super Bowl, oh, it's gonna be a different season for him this year. He hungry. He said this don't it don't feel like nothing after winning the Super Bowl. I feel like I ain't done enough. You had a great season.
Okay.
It wasn't amazing,
Okay.
but you had a great
Yeah.
season and you end up winning a Super Bowl at the end of it. What do you mean it wasn't enough for you? And if you a football guy, you know what he talking about. So when he come into the season, he not fucking around. Give me AJ Brown for the Philadelphia Eagles to finish
Wow.
wide receiver 1 on a
Wow.
loaded offense this season.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's my take.
Wow.
That's my
That's
take.
that's interesting. See, you talk about there's so many different things that go into making a wide receiver the best in the league, right? They can't throw themselves the football. They can't protect the guy that's throwing the football, right? There's so many
Mm-hmm.
things that go into, and of course, we talk about the injuries and everything like that. I'm going to have to go with somebody that may not seem like a long shot, may seem like the obvious answer, but the only reason why I'm somewhat apprehensive to this is because their offensive line was very, very abysmal in the season. They
Okay.
had poor
Okay.
performances, and it was a very difficult go for Joe Chill, for Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, and I got to go with Jamar Chase as wide receiver 1. It was tough. It was tough for that offense to get going. The defense had a lot of struggles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the offensive line, you got these guys who are 350 plus pounds, who are
Mm-hmm.
in these pads, they're hot, they're sweaty, and if they can't get a single break because the defense can't hold anybody, right? Then it's constantly going back out there. And I think that's why we saw an uptick in
Mm-hmm.
sacks to Joe Burrow. But there have been some additions in the draft that have really have really strengthened this defense, and I think they're going to continue to strengthen this defense. We've seen the connection that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have with each other. That is not a question at all. I mean, we saw them win a national championship in college. They were what 1 second away and an Aaron Donald away from winning a Super Bowl championship out in LA. So I do think that Jamar Chase will be your wide receiver 1 just because of the fact that there's some pieces getting put together that make this a better option for me than a lot of other people or a lot of other positions in the league.
Okay.
See, because
I like that.
we want to talk about it, Justin Jefferson, but again, when you have a rookie QB, you can't sit in the pocket all day and wait for Justin Jefferson to get open, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be hard to find him open when you've got 2, 3 following him around the entire field. So I got
Mm.
to go Jamar on this one. I think he's going to have a really great season this year. I think he'll be your wide receiver 1.
I can respect that. I could definitely see that. I agree with you about that Justin Jefferson take as well, myself.
So
So,
let's go
uh,
back to the backfield, right? And
okay.
now the one who makes it all go, your
Okay.
QB1 on the season, your quarterback, the captain of your team, the one who makes things go when things can't get going. Who is your QB1 at the end of the season?
Let me land.
Oh boy.
You know what?
Oh boy.
You're not even gonna be mad about this one,
Okay.
but let me land for everybody else that's watching.
Okay.
I'm not going with the obvious picks.
Okay.
I'm not going with the Patrick Mahomes because first of all, we know he's a terrible fantasy quarterback. I'm not going with Josh Allen,
Okay.
even though he's a
It's a
monster
beast.
fantasy
Yep.
quarterback, regardless if he got a wide receiver 1 or
Doesn't
not.
seem like it matters. No.
I'm not even going with the obvious. The man himself, might as well call him fantasy his goddamn self, Lamar Jackson. I'm not going with him neither. The unicorn, no sir. I'm going down south. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you a hot take.
Okay.
Just what's building up in training camp and what I'm seeing based off the moves that's been made.
Okay.
Man, you gonna love this. Give me Dak
Top
Prescott.
5 quarterback in the
Finish it.
league, baby. Top 5 quarterback in the league. I
QB1.
like that.
Now, for
I
everybody
do love
else
that.
that's tripping out watching this, let me land. We talk about picking up George Pickens
Yep.
in the offseason.
Yep.
That's major.
Yep.
You keeping CD Lamb,
Yep.
your best wide receiver. That's major. And you get Jake Ferguson back off injury at tight end. I'm talking about Dak has nothing but solid weapons all around him, ready to go with no excuses. You have guys you could put a ball in where you don't even have to put it in perfectly, and they'll make the
They'll
play
go get it.
and make something
Yes.
happen
They'll go get it.
after the play.
Yep.
We talking about deep ball George Pickens, Mister. I made it happen with 3 different quarterbacks in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Son, you supposed to be an all-pro quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not one of these rough off the mill quarterbacks that he had to deal with in Pittsburgh. So he should have a great season because he got you now. And if that's happening, it's going to open up things for CD Lamb. And we already know what's going to happen if things open up for CD Lamb.
Yeah.
So that means everything will open up for you. So that means you're going to have a great season. So I think he's going to be QB1 at the end of the season.
I like that. I think the way the Cowboys can play this for sure is you focus on the pass and you let the run open up naturally to get that going, right? Because if you got to worry about Pickens and Lamb and Ferguson coming at you downfield, well, you can hand that thing off to Jadon Blue, right? Who I've heard a lot of really great things in camp so far, and he might, get you 4 or 5, maybe even 6 yards, bang it off a little bit. But with that speed that he's got, if they can find a way to run outside the tackle box, man, I think you really find yourself in a really high-powered offense. We know Dak Prescott isn't a quarterback that needs to sit in the pocket for a long time to be able to deliver a great ball time in and time out.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that pick. For me, though, I'm going to have to go with obvious, and it's got to be the unicorn himself. I like Lamar Jackson. Okay, I like Lamar Jackson. He's going to continue to be that guy in Baltimore, right? You still have Derrick Henry, who came off a monster season last year, right? Running an option with him makes things that much scarier because it's, do you want Lamar to bang off for 20, or do you want your corner or safety taking a hit 30 yards downfield when they get run over by Derrick Henry? This is a very, very dangerous player, especially in the fantasy sense, because he is that dual threat. And he's not that dual threat where he's going to make careless mistakes with the football. He knows when to get down, but he knows, man, I can fit through that crevice if I need to and turn on the jets and find that extra speed. So I like Lamar Jackson so much coming into this season. I think he'll be your QB1.
That's a great take. I mean, like I said, he missed a fantasy himself, so you can't go wrong picking up Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? Whether it's in the first, second round, however you feel about quarterbacks,
Right.
I mean, it's a great take.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead, wrap it up, Manny. Let's go ahead, announce these things that the coaches should be wary about. Starting off with the draft day. It is official. We are locked in for August 31st.
There we go.
Sunday. August 31st. Not August 30th like it probably should have. That's neither here or there. But, August 31st, we will be live. The draft will be live. The coaches will be tuned in. And we'll be able to see what type of picks they making, Manny.
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting day. Like you said, for some reason, the 30th just makes sense to me, to be able to have it. I think there's something going on that day to kind of just make it like an all-day extravaganza type of thing. But you know what?
Mm.
Neither here nor there, right? We are set for the 31st, folks. And with the draft being spoken, we've got 4 spots that are not yet decided. Hey, Dub, we got to do this draft lottery, man. We got to figure out 1
I
through
forgot.
4.
Yeah, I forgot all about that, Manny. Appreciate you reminding
Without
me.
further
Them
ado,
coaches gonna get
folks,
upset.
pull up the wheel, A Dub.
As you can see, the 4 coaches who are in the lottery pick, we're gonna start off with Mills Mafia with Coach Justin. Then we're gonna talk about Team Fuck 'em with Coach Cam. Then we got Team GBK, God Bless Comerica with Coach Mike. And then we got Team Fabo with Coach Fabian. Let's see which one of these guys get 1 through 4. Now, just to remind the people, when we spin this wheel, whoever comes out first here is going to get the 4th pick. And whoever gets second, get the 3rd, and so on, until we got the last man standing who will have the number 1 pick. All right, man, let's get it
Here we go.
going.
What do we got? For number
Person,
4, there it is. Mills
Mills
Mafia.
Mafia.
Yep. Mills Mafia
Mills
takes
Mafia.
spot number 4.
Something tells me Coach Justin might not
He's not going to be happy
like
about that
that.
one. No, not at all. He's not
But
going to be happy about that one.
nonetheless,
But
he's in the
but
lottery.
karma, anyways, how karma don't work in funny ways.
All right, let's see who's gonna get the 3rd pick.
Okay, Team Fabo takes pick
Yeah.
number 3. I think if you're Team Fabo, you're happy with spot 3.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
definitely think you're happy with spot 3 if you're Team Fabo, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, coach in year 2, ready to go, get active, no longer a rookie with the number 3 pick. You get a top 3 guy. All right, now here we go. This gonna tell us who's gonna get the number 2 pick and the number 1 pick. And there it is, people.
Just missing out on pick number 1. But hey, either way, pick 2 should be just as much of a dog as pick 1 should be. So really, congratulations to both these teams.
Yeah.
Coach Cam gets himself in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, so that means the person who has the number 1 pick in the 2025 Crash Out League draft this season is Coach Mike from GBK. God bless Comerica. Congratulations, Coach Mike.
Hey, and you said this is revenge season for Coach Mike. What a better way to have a revenge season than to start off with pick number 1. So that's going to be really, really interesting to see who he takes at the 101 spot.
Hey, Manny, I didn't even think about it like that. That's a great way to start off the season.
You got to have a revenge season. What a better way to do it than to have yourself with pick 1. Now, we talked about this a little earlier. We said we'd give you a little bit more of the cookie here. So, coaches, the mid-season tournament details will drop on week 6. I hope for some of y'all that the season's not completely over by then and you don't care who's on your lineup. But nonetheless, tune in because week 6 will be the mid-season tournament details. We're going to figure out when this is going down, what's at stake, what you get for winning. So please, please, please keep yourself locked in all the way at least up until week 6 to make sure that you're understanding what we've got for this mid-season tournament.
Yeah, most definitely. You definitely gonna want to be tuned in because the script that we seeing for what this mid-season tournament is going to be, you're definitely gonna want to be involved. Like Manny said, stay locked in because it is real to come.
Absolutely. Now, as we get towards the end of this one, we do want to let you know we've got an after the draft episode coming to let you know how all the teams shake out, where the players landed, and really who looks dangerous after the draft. That's going to be something that we've got to take a look at. There's going to be some new guys, some returners. So again, stay on the lookout for our after the draft episode. That one going to be a whole lot of fun. And it just means football's back, baby. Football is back. We're getting that much closer to week 1 where we start off Cowboys Eagles in Philadelphia. That will be a fun one to start off the year. AW, anything else you want to let the folks know before we wrap this one up?
Nah, I think you pretty much covered. Everybody just stay tuned. We're gonna drop the next episode after the draft, like Manny said. Hey, we locked and loaded and ready to go. We
Ready
hope
to
you
go.
guys is too. Appreciate y'all for tuning in for this latest episode here of season 2. Manny, right?
Season two.
2
Season
of the
2.
Crash Out League TV. And we'll catch you guys later after the draft.
Peace.